Hello, everyone. So, readers do post questions on LinkedIn is where I get a lot of mine because I do a lot of posting on LinkedIn, but other social media platforms as well. But one that came from the Lunch and Learn that I did recently was how to move once you identify which quadrant you're in the usage and flow data culture model, how to move to the progressive, and in fact, should you actually move to the progressive quadrant. Our position is no, not everybody needs to be in the progressive data culture quadrant. That is fine if you aspire to that and you want to move, but the idea behind the data culture, the usage and flow data culture model is to show you where you're at. And the idea is to not move from one quadrant to the next, because depending on your work and the industry and there's all these other factors, it may be just completely appropriate, especially in public sector, which is where this person was, to be in a protectionist data culture, the quadrant, versus trying to move to progressive. I mean, you have to be very careful because you don't want to violate the culture, because as we make the point in the book, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So if you're trying to move your data culture, you're building a data culture and you're trying to move into progressive type of culture, into that quadrant from a protectionist, you're probably going to meet with a great deal of resistance and in fact not be as successful as you could be. I think the better approach is to recognize where you're at and then focus on the things around that data culture that you can do around the different components that we talk about in the book, chapter 2 of the book, Building a Data Culture, like your data strategy, your data governance program, data literacy, analytics, security and privacy, your data processes. So all the many components that we talked through there in that book, that's where you need to focus on maturing that. But do it in a way that doesn't violate the organizational culture if you are in that protectionist culture. I've seen that tried before, and I'm guilty of it as well. It usually doesn't end well, and you don't achieve as much success.